See how many viewers we have.
Yes. It looks like we are live. Just gonna confirm that. Okay. All right, folks, if you can hear us, give us just a moment. We're working out some technical details, making sure we can see the video here. Let's start with a question here and see if y'all can see us. Just a moment.
So if you can activate your questions and let us know if you are there by providing your first name and maybe the district in which you are viewing from. Okay, we'll provide a little wait time.
Oh, I can see that we are live here. It is coming through. So we're gonna get started.
All right.
All right. So Donna, it's great to be here with you.
It's great to be with you, Jake.
So we are going to be talking about 20 tools for communication, but let's start with just introducing ourselves.
Okay.
So I'll let you go ahead, Donna.
All right. So I'm Donna Jessup. I'm the Director of Instructional Technology in Charlotte-Mecklenburg Schools. I have a team of 5 awesome specialists with support from Jake Standish, who will introduce himself.
So I'm Jake Standish. I am the program manager of our digital learning conversion here at CMS. I am kind of my own team, but I definitely use and support Donna and her team. So it's been a great relationship with that. So let's get it. Ooh, it looks like we have someone has commented. Looks like we're in. Everything is working good. Excellent. So Donna, we're going to turn off the camera now and go to the desktop.
Yes.
I know that Donna would rather us just see our faces the whole time.
No way.
So we're going to go ahead and share our screen here. So you should be able to see our screen in just a moment. Let me switch over to that. And the first thing you're going to see is the document that we are using. Oh, if I click share, it'll help. There we go. All right. So now you can should be able to see our screen of the desktop here. All right, so we are now looking at the document for the Digital Learning Day for 20 Tools for Communication. In that document, you will be seeing 2 links to session resources. One is going to be the actual website that lists all of the tools that we're going to look at today. They're just on the left-hand column here. But the other document is just the list. And that's what we're going to go from for this conversation. It's going to be a really quick summary of each of these tools because we only have 45 minutes. And if we spend 2 minutes on each of these 20 tools, that's 40 minutes. So yeah. I think we're going to have to get going to get this working immediately. So we will go into that in just a moment. Just want to confirm. Looks like everything is working.
And I see Donna Murray. Hi, Donna Murray.
Excellent. Okay. So I'm going to start. And we're going to start the timer here and just make sure that we got everything going. I'm going to try to do every 2 minutes. So starting here with Nudge Mail. Nudge Mail is one of my favorite tools ever. What it is essentially is a tool that will allow you to send an email to this Nudge Mail address, and it will automatically send the email back to you whenever you specify. So it's as simple as the website. You never even have to go to the website. You don't have to create anything. You simply send an email to tomorrow or 2 p.m. or next week or 1 year at nudgemail.com, and it will send back the exact email you sent at whatever time you put in the address. So it's just a great way to bring emails back to you when you need it. My most common use for it is to reply to like a request from a parent or a student or another teacher, anything that's time sensitive, I will reply. And if I can't answer it completely, I will set in the carbon copy field an address to Nudge Mail. So maybe tomorrow at Nudge Mail or next week at Nudge Mail. And then the content of my email will be something like, this is what I can tell you now. I will get back to you by, and then I set it a day or two after my Nudge Mail reply date. So I'm able to get answers really quickly using this, and it just helps to clean up my inbox. I do try to be an inbox zero person, but it's not so easy. So this is a great way to clean out my inbox with those emails that I know I need to still deal with, but I can trust Nudge Mail to send it back to me later. Now, it is important that you spell it correctly, and if you were to set in a time that Nudge Mail doesn't take, it will reply to you saying that didn't work. So anyway, that's a little bit on Nudge Mail, and I am just out of time. So that was our 2 minutes. So Donna,
All right.
it's your turn.
So along with email, another way to help keep yourself more efficient, and that's how Jake is so efficient at answering his emails, are creating email rules. And with the email rules, we're going to take a look at 3 that can possibly assist you with organizing those emails. One is organized by sender. Now, if you're using a mobile device, you can make that specific sender a VIP. But if you're using a desktop email application, maybe organizing your email by sender. There are definitely some people that I want to respond to immediately, and they need to be first, and others who I can get to later without naming those people, and I can put them a little later in the sender, as well as archiving. So archiving is a way to schedule your emails to be stored. I highly encourage this if you need to refer back to your email for something, as opposed to keeping them in your inbox and your inbox stays full. You can archive your email. Now, currently my email is archived to a folder on my desktop. There's a risk in doing that. If my desktop crashes, I lose those emails. So as a backup, you can save to a flash drive or even a cloud service such as Google Drive. And then what about the email that you ask for? You subscribe to newsletters or you want RSS feeds. You get that email, we call that the bacon. You ask for it, but you don't necessarily need to reply to it every day. So with the bacon, you can have that go into a folder. So you can set a rule so that those emails go into a folder. For example, eSchool News is one that I receive. I don't want to respond or read that every day, but I do want to get back to it. So I have that go into another folder that says read later.
Very good. Yes, I love the bacon concept. It's stuff that's so good, but not good for you. So you don't want it too often. It can really consume your time. Excellent. All right. So that's rules. Next, email shortcut keys. I am a shortcut key addict.
You are.
We've had this conversation. If stuck on a desert island with a computer and you could only use a mouse or a keyboard, which one would I pick, Donna?
Oh, you definitely pick the keyboard, Jake.
Yes, I am all about the shortcut keys. So whenever using email, whatever product you're using in your school, Gmail, Outlook, WebAccess, Yahoo, or even iCloud, if you're on a device with a keyboard, it is really nice to use the shortcut keys that come with it. So like in Gmail, there's really simple things, and each of these links on the site will take you to a infographic or a document that explains how to do different things. But composing a message, all I have to do is press C on my keyboard and I can compose a message in Gmail. When I want to search, just press the /. So a lot of great shortcut keys. So I'm not moving my mouse around. It sounds silly that I would obsess about that kind of thing, but it can make a difference in the precious amount of time that it takes to move the mouse all the way up to the corner to click on compose, as opposed to just having my fingers on the keyboard and type C. So just trying to be efficient, and that is one very useful skill, is to know your shortcut keys. Another aspect of that is, what if you don't know your shortcut keys and you accidentally press something on the keyboard? You could accidentally engage a shortcut that you weren't intending to. So it's good to know what those shortcut keys are, because if you accidentally press C, you'll know what happened. Okay, so being aware of the shortcut keys, there can be a bit of a double-edged sword, but it is good to be aware of how they all work. So Outlook Web Access is another one. I know in Charlotte-Mecklenburg schools we use that one a lot. So there are shortcut keys even for Outlook Web Access. So being able to know about those can be quite handy. All right.
Right. Jake's really good at shortcut keys also.
Big fan of them.
Big
Okay.
fan. Hey, so MailChimp, I have to be honest and say this is one that I am just getting to know. It's very similar to another product, Constant Contact, that I've used in an organization. It helps you to create a simplistic email that it's really designed for business, but I think there's a place for it and it can be adapted for education. It can provide you analytics on who opened your email or even recommendations for effective communication in terms of when to best send email. You can receive detailed reports that provide data to help you make better decisions about your recipients. So I'm thinking about a teacher and having to create email. Teachers do weekly email. So with MailChimp, they can schedule email to go out to their parents. With the free version, they can set up triggers for sending those email. Maybe even looking at their calendar, they can decide, I want this email to go out an hour before or an hour after or the day before, maybe a test or a field trip. It's a great way to inform parents of future events based on your school or your class calendar. There is a paid version as well, but as you see here, you can sign up for free and explore and use that one.
And it allows how many emails?
I think it's 2,000. It's a lot.
Yes.
Yeah.
For a month, right?
Yes.
So for the number of people that as a teacher would be emailing, it's the parents of your classes. So
Right.
you're not going to send out 2,000.
No, I'm a parent
emails,
and I
so-
don't want to receive 2,000 emails.
So it's the free version you could use indefinitely with MailChimp,
Yes.
which is a really good reason to use it as an educator because of that.
Very clean look as well.
Absolutely. All right. So let's see what's next here. We did MailChimp. Now we're on Gmail plugins.
Oh
so
no.
back into the
Back into
just
Jake's
like the
past.
shortcut keys, a little geeky kind of stuff. But as we were talking about Nudge Mail, it's kind of an email hack that you simply send the email to some time at Nudge Mail, which is great. But Gmail has these labs built in, little plugins that you can use, some really fun ones. Something similar to Nudge Mail is Boomerang. So this is only for those using Gmail, but even if you have a personal Gmail account, you can use Boomerang. And it lets you just schedule an email you want to send at a later time. So instead of sending it right now, you could schedule an email to go out next week or tomorrow morning or tomorrow night. Even schedule it to go out sometime over the weekend. When you don't really want to be messing with email, you can schedule it to send anyways. So you write the message Thursday or Friday and schedule it to go out over the weekend. Great way to get in touch with the parents when they're most likely to be checking email for their personal use or for their to check in on their student rather than their work email. So that's a fun one. ZeroBoxer is a great one for organizing email and doing the whole inbox zero concept. It is also, I believe this is the one that gamifies your inbox zero competition, so you can actually compete with others and try to get to inbox zero faster than other people. I do warn you, Jill Thompson, one of our colleagues,
Yeah.
she is a huge inbox zero proponent, so she can be quite competitive about that concept. She takes it quite seriously. Anyway, so the inbox zero concept is really big in the Gmail plugins, and just that idea of getting to a point where you have dealt with all of your email. I'm not suggesting that you're going to.
I'd like to.
I would love to as well, but the statistics say that the average person is like 200 emails a day now.
Oh, great.
And it's growing. So
Okay.
email's not going away. No matter what we have social media, email's not going away. So it's nice to have plugins and different tools
Yes.
to make email a little bit easier.
That's one place I don't mind being below average.
Exactly.
All right, so our next one is Remind, and if you have been familiarized with this one before, it used to be Remind 101. It's now a quick, simple, and safe way for you to communicate with maybe your teachers, your students, or your parents. So I've seen where schools have used this to send out homework notices as well as upcoming event notices. Maybe you hear a trend in some of the ones we're talking about. But you don't even have to have the person's phone number. They do not have to have your phone number. You can send text messages to them free and by providing a code. So the teacher would set up the account and they can provide the students or the parents a code. They don't have to know their phone numbers to make this work. You can join using the code, and then you can then communicate with them based on upcoming events. So my son's school uses Remind to let us know of field trip forms that need to be returned, or upcoming programs. Just a quick and easy way to do that without going into email, just a text message. It's device agnostic, so it wouldn't affect, it works on any device, and it doesn't affect your data plan.
That's
It is
huge.
free. And the administration can even use it. We're talking about teachers and parents, but principals can even use it with their staff. Tomorrow's Gene Day, remind them.
Yeah,
I don't
it is
think
a
they
great
need
way.
to be reminded that tomorrow's Gene Day or today,
But-
but a great way for administration to demonstrate their use of digital resources to communicate.
You know what I like best about it is the safety
Yes.
built into that, so the teachers aren't engaging in these private
Yes.
text conversations
Mhm.
with students, and there's some liability with that, but it's a way to ensure that communication happens and it gets to the device that they always have.
They always have, yes.
Text messages are checked within minutes of being sent, whereas
Yes.
email can be days.
Could be days.
Very nice.
All right.
So, wait, unenroll.me. This is my newest, this is the last of our well, sort of the last of our email tools. Unenroll.me is a new tool, new to me at least, that lets you sign up to, essentially, you give them the ability to look at the spam/bacon in your email inbox and organize it so that all the spam, you can say unenroll me, and they will deal with getting them off of your subscription list. So they'll block them. But the bacon, you want to have bacon on Sunday morning, you don't want it the rest of the week, so you can make unenroll.me aggregate all of the bacon emails that you subscribe to and make one email that comes to you on Sunday morning. Or one email that comes to you daily, or however you want to do it. So unenroll.me is just a great way to really organize that content, so that you get it when you're ready to eat your bacon, and you won't have it always there consuming your
And
life.
I like organization. And if
Yes.
someone else is willing to do that for me, I'll take it.
Yeah, it is kind of nice for that. So, and it works with a lot of different platforms. So I would recommend take a look at it, see how it works for you. But that's just another example. There are a lot of products out there that you can use. And by the way, how much are all of these costing us?
They're free.
Free. So
Free.
we are very much about the free tools. So this is just another one of those examples of things that you can add to your list of things to help improve the communication that you're using. So unenroll.me is just a new one to take a look at.
Okay. And so Voxer, another new one to me, however, very similar to another product that I've been using. So with your communication, you sometimes want to communicate with an individual, or you may want to communicate with a group of people if you're in an organization. And this one allows you to communicate via voice, text. You can even send images, as well as share your location. And there's some safety with sharing locations, but there's also a time when you do need to share your locations. And what I was thinking about this app is my middle school son will go on a field trip, and if the teachers need to go in different directions, if they all have access to Voxer, they have the walkie-talkie type communication where they can press the button and talk as if they're on a walkie-talkie. If the other teacher isn't available, they can listen to the recorded message, or they can send a text message. So this would be great for groups that are going on field trips and maybe spreading out, branching out into smaller groups. Even with the parents that are chaperones, having all of the adults to communicate via the Voxer app. It is also free. It works on any network globally without additional data charges. They have a new feature. It's called the broadcast feature, where you can just send that one quick message without sending it through it. But the thing about the one quick message is that it is not saved on the server. So you can send a voice message that can be recorded to listen to later, but the broadcast is one time. So you send it and it's there. So you can't,
they have one chance to hear it.
One chance to hear it, and you cannot respond to it.
Very good. That's great. I know a lot of PLCs are using Voxer as a
Yes.
way to meet and collaborate, synchronous and asynchronously,
Yes.
of course. And it's kind of like your personal multimedia Twitter stream.
Yes.
So very cool. Great
Very
resource to work with. Okay. So that's Voxer. Next, a mail merge. This is the one I said it's kind of still email, but the concept of mail merging is really, it's more than email. And originally, a mail merge was used to put addresses on envelopes and to customize a letter, a form letter you're sending to a bunch of people, but you want to put their first name on at the top of each. So the mail merge isn't just email merge, but mail merging to make labels, to create personalized assignments.
Make it personal?
You can very much make it personal with the mail merge. So it is a great communication as well to create documents and merge them with data in spreadsheets of all your students' information so that you can create a unique document for each student, but it's all built off of a template that you have. So you can do a mail merge in Microsoft Office. If you've done one in Office before, keep doing it that way. That process works really good. In Google Docs, there are also some great add-ons that help you to do mail merges, like Autocrat and yet another mail merge. So Autocrat is a very popular add-on. People have used it before. There were add-ons. There were Google scripts, and there was a script gallery, and Autocrat was one of those. So the Autocrat add-on will allow you to merge content from a spreadsheet, as you see in the screenshot here, and merge it into a document that you've created. So it will create as many documents as you have rows in a spreadsheet and populate the data from that row in your spreadsheet into the document. So it's a great way to customize, personalize content. You could take a grade report for every student and do a mail merge, and it would send a custom letter to each student or maybe their parents with an update on their progress. And you could have their grades in a column, and in a column next to it you could have some comments that you generalize based on their grade, kind of explaining where they are and what they can do to improve or find the bright spots as well, and share some compliments to it. So there's a lot of great things you can do with mail merge. It's just that there's many different ways to utilize it. And of course, there's also just sending the email. Looks like I ran out of time. All right, so that was mail merge.
All right, Skype. This is one that has been around for a while, and I think when we originally started using Skype, it was person to person. And now I understand that Skype allows for more collaboration, that you can have, I think it's up to 25 people on a call. It's free calling. It can be video call. It can be voice calls. It works on many devices. And if you have one of those smart TVs, you can even use Skype on your smart TV.
Wow.
Yeah. Who would have thought we would have had smart TVs? As well as your landline home phone. So I know some of us use cell phones for our home phone, but if you still have a landline phone like I do, you can use Skype to communicate with those who are out of your, maybe out of the country, as well as out of your area. You can send files, photos, and videos, so you can use Skype for group meetings if you're not all in the same place and you need to meet, like the snow days. I had a scheduled meeting in Raleigh, and that meeting had to be canceled because of the snow days. But with Skype, we could have continued to have that meeting. We could even see each other if we wanted to, but share those files and any photos that were necessary. And it says files and photos of any size, so even video of any size. Yeah. You can share your screen like we're doing now with Skype, and it's great for professional development, team meetings. You can add the Skype button to your desktop. It works on your mobile devices, and as we're showing here, the TV, which would be a lot of fun. That could be a very large image of the people that you're working with. So Skype is another way that you can communicate. It does have a paid version, but the free works just as well.
Yeah, you know, I started using Skype about I think it was 10 years ago, and I Skyped with students,
Yes.
helped them out with their homework when they had questions. I'd have office hours on the weekends.
Oh, nice.
In the afternoons, if I had to get home,
Jake
I
was
would
a great teacher.
I'd put my Skype info, put it on my website, so they would see when I was online just by going to my website, and they could join in there.
And-
now, of course, we're talking about Skype here.
Yeah.
Google Hangouts, what we're using today.
Yes.
It's same idea.
Same idea.
It's really just video
Yeah.
conferencing and
It
being
is.
able to talk to someone, and it was amazing the support that they received. They really enjoyed. Students really enjoyed having that extra
Yeah.
time.
And they even bring people into the classroom that normally could not come into the classroom. Authors.
Yes, very much.
So,
Very good. Okay. So website design. Communication, there's a lot of different ways to communicate, right? But there are some very important pieces to websites that you want to consider. Oops. Not sure what was happening there. Looks like the website was displaying an old version, so I'm going to save that. Okay. So it doesn't really matter what website you use. There's just some really important aspects of website design you want to consider. And the first thing is, what are you putting in? The content is the key. That's step number one. Determine what is the point of your website. So you want to have unit materials, the information about you, how parents or students can contact you, all that kind of information is important. And then weekly updates, maybe a calendar, that kind of thing. Consider your audience. What do they need to know?
mhm.
Okay, so your students and their parents, their family know what is important for them to be successful in your class. So some important aspects. That's the first and the most important thing you want to consider. After that, it comes down to creating different chunks of content, putting them into categories, and then making a few pages. So you want to make it so that it's easy enough for the visitors to your website to, within 2 or 3 clicks, get where they need to go. So I say set up your secondary pages. So once you click to a page on your website, you only want them to have to click one more layer in if possible, so that they don't have to go too far. And the last thing you worry about is color, images, and all that kind of the style. And that's really when it comes down to the uniqueness of it, whatever platform you want to use. So I list some platforms here that you can consider, some stuff on design theory, and I just want to take a quick moment to show you some interesting, this is just the funniest thing. This website is about clutter. It's about helping you declutter your home. So try to get organized.
Wow.
Do you love the irony of this website?
I do love the irony of the site.
So they're really good at cleaning up physical items, not so much the
Not
digital.
virtual.
So that's an example of what not to do. Okay.
All right.
So that was web design.
All right. So Sign Up Genius, I've seen this one used several different ways. Another free tool that works well for schools, communicating with parents, communicating within the school. And it's where you can schedule times within Sign Up Genius, send out a notification to those who are interested, and they can sign up within one area of the times that they either want to volunteer or even to bring items. So some of the ways that I've seen this used in media centers, because those Chrome carts in the media centers are very popular.
Yes, they are.
And all the teachers want access to the Chrome carts. And it will always be that one teacher who gets there at the beginning of the day and they want to take it and have it for days. So I've seen media coordinators use Sign Up Genius for teachers to sign up for the time blocks to use the devices. It works very well. I've also seen where schools have asked parents to volunteer in blocks of time, maybe for book fairs or for cleanup days at their school. They send out the notifications to the parents, emails, and then the parents can sign up for either the for the object that they need to bring in, or they can sign up for blocks of time. This eliminates duplicating of efforts. It makes it very efficient for the teachers, for the schools, and that everyone can see what's already been done. So I'm not doing the same thing or signing up for the same block of time.
Yeah.
You can invite your group, you can invite individuals. And they even send reminders. I really like that, especially when my school uses it. My son's school uses it and says, oh, remember you signed up to donate cookies for the party. So I need that.
Very good.
Very good.
Yeah. I've seen Teachers have used it with students as well,
Mhm.
have they, to like assign projects and when they're
Yes.
presenting, so
Yeah.
they can determine what topic they're presenting on and when they're presenting. So it can really help organize everything. Very good. All right. Google Drive. Okay, so I know Google Drive is like, yeah, of course, you use Google Drive, you can collaborate, you can share files. That sounds interesting and all, but big deal. I mean, we all do that already. So I'm just going to go into a document here. Let's see if I can find, yeah, I'll make a new one. I just thought I already had one made. So, so I'm going to actually go to our 20 tools for communication document here, and I'm going to go back to edit mode. And from any Google document station, as soon as it loads, anyone that you've shared it with, you know, you can collaborate and you can comment and you can see each other's work. But working on this document, we're not in the same room. We're not even looking at it at the same time. But I've been working, and it's really important that you take a look at what I just did. That changes that I made, I know I need your input. So there's a really fast way to communicate with you have shared the file with. And of course, I've been having some issues with Google Drive today, loading. So things are going
It's
a
all
little
the
slow.
digital learning that's going on.
There seems to be.
Yeah.
Okay, so from in here, I can email collaborators. So when you go to the toolbar, the file button in the top left corner there, you can come down to email collaborators. And it's just a great way to tell whoever you need to on the group that has access to the file. I can choose everyone and type a message, or I can say, I don't want to send it to anyone and choose none, and then just spot the person you need. So I'm going to send Donna an email, so she won't mind if I get her
Not at all.
inbox here. So let's just say I quickly send her a message. Let's just say it's the most awesome message ever. I can even copy myself, paste the item into the email, and send. So now Donna can see exactly the document. It's kind of a way for me to nudge her and say, hey, take a look at this right now. So you could do this with students and with parents, whoever you have shared the file with. So it's a way to communicate to everyone.
And I used a rule to put all of your email into a folder.
I'm sure you did. All right. So does that count as bacon? Anyway.
Yes. All right. Padlet is a very fun way. We've used this one with groups in professional development settings, and I'm sure teachers can use this with students and have a lot of fun. It's almost the equivalent of having your whiteboard where everyone can come on the board, but you couldn't actually allow that classroom management wise and for all the students to get up and write on the whiteboard. Padlet lets them write on a board simultaneously. And I like to use Padlet for essential questions, where you can pose an essential question and all the students have to do, you log into Padlet, or the teacher logs in, creates the board, sends the code or the link, and then the students or the participants can add their responses to the Padlet. It's really fun. You can customize the look of it. You can even embed it into a website. So once you've collected your information, you can do that. If you want to log in, I could log in and see one that I've used.
Go ahead.
Okay.
If we log in with Google, it's going to log me in.
So because I haven't used this one in a while, I'm going to go ahead and log in to see one of the ones that I've created. And you can even see who's responding. Let's see, did it come up?
Looks like
All right, but Padlet's
No worries.
fun.
we still
No
have time.
worries, we have time. It's fun to customize. I always like to make mine look like a cork board, very similar to what you would see in a classroom. But it is for collaboration and getting those who may not raise their hand to respond to questions but feel more comfortable responding in this type of setting. So here we finally got in, and there's one on lights, camera,
I
action.
remember this
Yeah, I remember this
It's a
one.
good one.
So I asked the question, ways to use the iPad camera with instruction and presentation, just to engage the group, and they started to put in what they thought.
Very good. And you can, so you can move around and
Yeah,
edit.
and edit, yeah.
Everyone, virtual corkboard, right?
Virtual corkboard, a lot of fun.
Love it. All right. Just Beam It. So let's take a look at some file management now. So Just Beam It it's an alternative to, say, using Google Drive. If you upload files to Google Drive and you want other people to access them, you share the link and let them, you maybe send them an email with that link and they can access the file, download it, or just save it to their Google Drive. So that's something you can do, but it doesn't have any restrictions on how they can manage that file. So they might download it, they might add it to Google Drive. And I know there is a setting to prevent people from downloading an image to Drive, but you can't restrict how often they get to it. What Just Beam It does is gives you a link to a file that you've uploaded, and once you share that link with someone, they have 10 minutes to download the file. And if they don't in those 10 minutes, then no one will have access to it. So it is a way to quickly share a file and then ensure that no one else will ever have access to it. So it's kind of like this message will self-destruct kind of format here. So let's say you've got images, pictures that you took in class, and a parent wants those pictures. Well, maybe you don't have photo release forms. You want to make sure that a parent gets a picture of the child, but you want to ensure some confidentiality and that it's not going to be distributed elsewhere. Put it in Just Beam It and give them the link so that they have access and they download the file and then it is gone. So it won't be saved at Just Beam It or anywhere else. It is completely free, this tool, and there's no limit on the file size either.
Oh,
so
that's
there's
huge.
that. And you can even consider documents, FERPA compliance issues and all, so that you can share something that you want to not have any sort of history or legacy online with Just Beam It. Okay.
All right, another new one. I've been working on this one.
I love this.
The IFTTT, which is if then that. And I really like this one because I'm beginning to tweet more often than I used to. Also, if you're doing Twitter and Instagram and you want, when you do one in one place, you want it to go somewhere else, this is perfect for that. I even found a great way to use it. So it was equation. If then that.
If this then that.
If this then that, yeah.
It's an if then statement.
If then statement. So I really like that. If you do this, for example, the one that we're seeing on the screen. If you create an email, then call, or if I receive an email from Jake, call my phone.
Yeah.
Yeah. That makes Jake pretty important. So I can make Jake important by doing that.
Or this one is actually mine I've set up. So if I email trigger@recipe.ifthisthenThat.com, it will call my phone. So I can make it call me if I need to look like I got an important call. Not that I would do that in any particular meeting.
Wouldn't do that.
But it can be a very useful tool.
But I found a good one for teachers. We gave teachers iPads, or a lot of iPads. And what are they doing with those iPads? They're taking photos and videos.
Yes, they are.
So I think this would be great for them. If I take a new photo, then put it into Google Drive and create a folder. And I tried that one. So from now on, when I take photos, it automatically goes into Google Drive. I can delete those photos from my iPad, and I don't have the problem of my iPad the storage being maxed out and I can't update. So that was one that I really liked.
Very cool. Yeah, so you can set it up to do whatever recipe you want. There's some already in, right?
There's some.
My newest one is to send me a text message when certain people email me.
I'm sure I'm one of those people.
Yes, absolutely. That way I know to respond to those. I really need to those are very time-sensitive emails that I need to get to. So if this, then that will text me every time I get an email from a particular sender. Now, I do want to take a moment to mention a lot of these things do require you to give another party, another entity, in this case, if this, then that. If you set up the email configuration, it does require you to give them permission to see your email.
Yes, it does.
Now, and my perspective on that in Charlotte-Mecklenburg Schools is our email is public record. So that's really not a problem
Right.
to give someone that permission. However, your mileage may vary based on your experience. All right, so that was if this and that. Next, Bitly. So we talked about some websites and we talked about sharing links and things with people. You know, as a parent, I have experienced this where I go to parent night and the teacher gives me a document with 10-point font of all the resources that my child will need to utilize throughout the school year. So they're supposed to go home and type in the www.this URL is about 120 characters with dashes, dots, and special characters. And they've just pasted huge links,
Yes.
like Google document links.
Yes.
Google document links have a crazy unique ID. Well, that unique ID is because there are billions of documents in Google Drive. So they all have to have a unique ID. Well, instead of asking your people to type in a URL that's long and crazy like that, what you can do with a tool like Bitly is paste a really long link like our list here into Bitly, and if you log in and create a free account, it will give you the ability to not only take a short link, like we see over here, it's 1GN6U2C, I can customize it. So I could call this the list. Let's see, will it let me save that? It probably will. Oh, it's already been taken. The list, DL day. So the list DL day. So a nice custom link. It's not necessarily really short, but it's really easy to remember.
It's easy to remember.
So at j.mp/the list DL day. Now I do caution, I'd recommend that people utilize some convention because the list DL day isn't specific enough. It should have been the list NC DL day or something like that. As a teacher, maybe it would be my last name and the date.
Yes.
So that students always know, just type in last name and today's date, and they will see the resources for the day.
I really like this one.
So it's just a
Very good.
great tool to have for them. All right.
And Diigo. Diigo is a tool that I've used a lot. It also offers you a desktop icon to make it easy. And you can teach your students how to use this, but Diigo allows you to bookmark. I like the image here with all of the color-coded stickies on the books. But as you're perusing the web and you find sites that you would like to refer back to or remember to for reference later, you can use Diigo to bookmark those sites, and you can even tag those sites. So when you go into Diigo and you're looking specifically, let's say, for digital citizenship. So I have a bunch of sites that I've been looking at for digital citizenship. I can tag those sites and go back to it within Diigo. And if you see on the screen, the D in the top right corner, there's your desktop icon. You can, or either your browser icon, you can easily hit the D to save that specific site. It goes into your account, and when you're already signed in, it asks you to create a name. It's going to default to the name that's on the site, but you can create another name, and then you can tag that site for later. You can go back to Diigo later. It works on your desktop, laptops, as well as their apps for Diigo. So I really use Diigo to organize the work that I'm doing. Another fun thing you can do with Diigo is to use it to annotate. So if there's something specific on that site that you'd like to highlight, you can use the highlighter tool to highlight that phrase. So I've been using Diigo a lot. You can create comments, as Jake is doing here. Be great for close reading.
Absolutely. That is the key
Yes.
here, is you can close read
Close reading.
with this. You can annotate the
Yes.
internet. And
Annotate.
it works on any web page that has text,
Yes.
really. Not so much for PDF files. There's another tool that
There's
works well
another
for
tool
that.
for that. Yes.
So, but yeah, great tool. All right. What's next? Mobile-friendly websites. Okay, we're coming down to the end here.
This
Getting
is
ready.
important.
But mobile-friendly
Yes.
is key. A lot of tools that we're starting to use as educators and as devices and connectivity increases, we have to be more aware of mobile-friendly websites. So what that means is these are websites that will change the way they look based on the device that's looking at them. So if I'm on a computer like we are here, we have a mobile-friendly configuration. I'm going to take the URL here and go to this link that I've listed in the mobile-friendly test. when you go here, it takes you to a Google developers page. Don't worry, anyone can come here and paste the URL. It will analyze the website and tell us if it's mobile friendly. And look, this site is not mobile friendly. Well, I disabled something so that it wouldn't, so it would be flagged as that. And what it's saying is that if you were to look at this on a phone, it wouldn't render the font differently. It wouldn't change the size, so you'd end up scrolling sideways to be able to read a sentence. And it's not navigable easily on a mobile device. So on a Google site, you can easily fix that. So you can go into the settings and change that. So as a teacher, as you're creating your own website, you want to be aware of this, but you can also test whether a site is mobile friendly by any site. If you're going to assign students to use it, you want to know, will it work on every device? So this is a way to do that. Now in Google Sites, to make it mobile friendly, you just go into the general settings and check the box near the bottom, automatically adjust to mobile phones. Save it, and now when we go back to that mobile friendly test and we reanalyze, and hope I gave it enough time. It says it was saved, so it should be good. Now, awesome, the page is mobile friendly. So it changed the way it renders on a mobile device that quickly. So it's just a good resource to have to be able to test that for your students so they're ready. There was something else in here, how to customize and make things more mobile friendly. On the last one, Don.
You know, it's really interesting that Twitter is the last one because, Jake, I'm sitting here and there are all these tweets about what we're teaching them.
I love it.
Yeah, I'm just like really excited that people are watching and learning from EdTech Standish and DM Jessup. So with Twitter, they're communicating with me and telling us that they like what they see and they're sharing with others that are part of their Twitter accounts. So we are a little over time, but I just say Twitter's a great tool for professional development. You can learn new things from Twitter. You can connect with others in Twitter. It's mobile friendly.
It is.
It is very mobile friendly. And you can even set alerts or notifications. So that's how I'm able to see that all of you who are watching, thank you so much for your tweets. And we appreciate your time.
And, you know, there's something else about Twitter that a lot of people don't know, unless they design websites themselves.
Someone like Jake.
Twitter has its own HTML framework called Bootstrap, and it's amazing. It is the best for making a website mobile friendly. So if you want to build a website from the ground up, I encourage you to take a look at Bootstrap. They're on the 3rd version of it, Bootstrap 3.
I think I'm going to do that now.
So Twitter it's a great resource.
So what I hear from what we've talked about today, we're thinking about productivity, efficiency and productivity, trying to make things easier. It may take a little work in the beginning to set up, but the end result is more time for instruction and more time for those other things that we'd like to do.
And I say this all the time. It's a lot like eating an elephant, right? It's just one bite at a time.
I had one the last 2 weeks. I've been eating an elephant. I just ate an elephant.
Good job. So it is a matter of just approaching the tool that you think is amazing to start with, and being aware of others, and so that when you find yourself in a situation and you're thinking, oh, I do know a tool that can help me, that's the time you need to learn that tool. So it's just waiting till the time is right, but you have to be exposed to them. So we really appreciate you taking the time to be exposed to some tools for communication. Hopefully there were some new ones for you to learn from. And we also hope that you can fill out the survey for us and give us a good review, or give us some constructive feedback.
Yes.
Either way, we'd appreciate that. And you notice this is a short URL.
I do.
So it's bit.ly. You could also type j.mp. It's the same URL, /NCDL Day Survey. So you'd fill that out, whether you're watching it live right now, or if you watch it later on YouTube, you can still go to that link. Unfortunately, you won't be able to click on it, but you can go to that link and fill out the survey and give us some feedback.
Thank you.
Thank you. And I think we're going to hang up now and get ready for our next broadcast. I hope you join us for the next couple of hours. We've got a few more hours worth of sessions. And I know at 3 o'clock is the App Slam. So we're going to finish off at 3 with the App Slam. So there's be some good stuff to see. All right.
All right. Thank you.